Ladies and gentlemen, to obviously what is round number 5 for what will be this league's 5th race of the season in this championship that I'm commentating on. And obviously the lads are off to Belgium, obviously, for this round. Previous winners of Grand Prix, well, it's the two Ferraris of Hovergoverbar 8, the Hungarian driver, and Genis VL. And then, obviously, Jim Strav, who's also taken 2 wins in this league. The guy in the Alfa Romeo from Greece. So, we're just literally waiting on the lads to get going here. Probably about 5 minutes or so. What can I say about Belgium? It's a track that, obviously, you know, in a way, you got a option. Either compromise the first sector with a bit of drag, or you compromise the middle sector running a bit more of a low downforce car. And that'll benefit you certainly in sectors 1 and 3, but will hinder you certainly in the corners, where most of the corners are on this track, in sector 2. So obviously it's a bit of a, you know, track where, I guess a bit like Baku, where the drivers are racing this weekend actually. Very similar to Baku in the fact, basically, you've got an option to either compromise one of your sectors, you know, effectively the middle sector, or reap the rewards of, you know, effectively straight line speed in sectors 1 and 2. 1 and 3, sorry. So, yeah. So we're just waiting on, obviously, the lads to get going, which hopefully won't be too long. But obviously, you never know. If there's any delays, I'm not sure how many people are going to be here. So far, there's only 13 drivers, as it currently stands. Seems about right, because only 14, you know, actually said they were going racing in the chat today. So a bit of a low turnout compared to the previous weeks. But other than that, still a very good turnout. Hopefully we don't get many safety cars, because I think Belgium is probably ran the best when there is actually very little incidents, 0 safety cars, and obviously with the fast layout that it is. So it's a very hot day today, I'm not gonna lie. It's not necessarily hot, it's more humid today, I think, personally. You know, so ultimately, yeah, like it is today, sweating buckets, effectively. Yeah, not very nice, humid weather. Still, that's enough me talking about the concentrate Drivers' Championship, shall we? Let me just go to that now. The leader of the Drivers' Championship is heading Genis VL with 2 points, of course. So Genis VL will obviously be looking to reclaim the championship lead, because he lost it last time out in Austria. And then Brad Dunks, well, he's a bit further adrift, only 18 points, followed by Scooter Clemten, who could actually move up a position today if he outraces Brad, with 25 points. And then Mirko Isco, again, is another one who probably could put Brad under a bit of threat tonight. So yeah, certainly that position is up for play. But only 1 point separating the Mercedes driver Mirko and Scooter Clem 10. So I'm not sure if Scooter Clem 10 has actually showed up today. Yes, he has. That's good. So yeah, certainly watch out for that battle on track between Mirko and Scooter, because them two certainly have a lot to play for. And okay, Baker isn't too far behind these guys either. Only 11 points adrift on Mirko, so anything goes wrong for Mirko, and certainly all up to play there. And Hovav Gabor 8 in the Ferrari, well, he had a very good race last time out in the Drivers' Championship, picking up his first race win and claiming all 25 points. And let's not forget about Josh Stead. I accidentally missed him out of the championship standings in my championship post, so I will apologise to him. But so far has accumulated 14 points for the Haas team, all by himself so far. So yeah, looks like they're about to get go then, as some of the drivers have begun to ready up. I'm not sure whether they are going to actually be starting. As soon as we see Brad start his game, we can definitely say the league is about, well, the race is about to get go here then. So, Brad has readied up, so I do think that means the signal is underway and is given. So I do suspect everyone else should begin to ready up, hopefully. And the session should get underway in literally like 22 seconds, less than that now. So, who is going to be on pole? That is the big question. Well, I'm going to go... Who should I back for pole? I'm going to actually back Simon. I think Simon will get pole this weekend, or today. And I don't know why. But I just think he will. I think it'll be someone new, okay? Gonna be actually at the forefront here of the pack. I don't think it's gonna be the same old same. I could be wrong. Let's wait and see. They've all got an equal shot at pole, as I do believe the cars are on equal settings. So, yeah. And Ambu is back. Ambu Mason. I'm sure he'll be looking to have a good point score, as he's lost, well, he's skipped a few events, obviously, in recent races, and obviously has lost a bit of ground. His team, the Red Bull team, have fallen behind Haas and Renault in the championship, so obviously that certainly wasn't good for him, but obviously he's back, so can he score some points on his return? Well, we're about to find out. He scored 12 points in his first race, so that wasn't too bad, I suppose, as it is a dry session, and the session is now underway here for round number 5 in Spa. As I say, it's a bit of a track where you can either compromise the middle sector, and you're just going to lose a lot of time in that middle sector, but you just have to try and hang on in the corners, or you try and obviously put all your money on the middle sector, and obviously you go for gold in that sector, but you're going to lose out in the first, again, well, the first and the third sector, which have the very long straights. And out onto the track then is Qui Killers then here in the Alfa Romeo. First car out, so obviously it'll be very interesting to see what he can do. No messing around here then for the Alfa Romeo this time, hopefully not. In Austria, didn't really have a greatest race, not going to lie. But at the same time, you know, that was mainly all down to qualifying. And Dre NK has joined. Not sure whether he'll be able to compete in this session. That'll be obviously a very interesting one. Or Nicola. Very nice man he is, obviously. Very good guy. Nicola is. Anyway, riding back on board with Qui Killers in the Alfa Romeo here. And obviously, well, actually in recent years, this circuit has been hideous for the Alfa Romeo cars because Giovinazzi, from the 2020 Formula 1 Grand Prix, crashed out, and then same can be said on the final lap of the 2019 Grand Prix. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a bad circuit, certainly for one of the Alfa Romeos. Will that continue with these guys in this game? Probably not, but, well, I'll probably actually put the commentator's curse on it. So, here we go then. Into the bus stop chicane. And getting a bit wide there. Trying to exit and maximise the corner exit there. As we head down straight to start his lap. In fact, let's get some spectre or menu sort of thing going on here. A bit of telemetry. Here we go then. And we'll also have a track map. So, up through Rouge, that's Radion actually. Open up the DRS for the Kemmel Straight. Now this is literally where you just put your foot to the floor, absolutely flat, 206 miles per hour then. Obviously does go purple, as we now head into what I said. This is now part of the track where, you know, I think that lap has been invalidated. Yes, it has, so another disappointment then for... Oh, someone's off. It's Mason. He's had a bit of a moment. We've only caught the last bit. He's resetted the car by the looks of it back to the track. But, yeah, he's had an early off then there. So, not good for him then. Right, anyone on a lap or about to start a lap? I think Brad is probably the one who is going to come around then first now, because obviously of Qui Killer's, you know, invalidation. So he's probably going to be the first driver to start a lap then here. Let's see what he can do again as he enters bus stop chicane. Again, trying to maximise that exit out of that final corner up into turn 1. Then here, as he starts his lap, braking nicely, hit the apex, a little bit of a corner cut. Not sure whether that'll be still valid, but yeah, there's certainly a little bit of a corner cut. Obviously, we do have to bear in mind, sometimes the internet can maybe offset things. Up through Rouge and Radion, and then down the Kemmel Straight, opening up the DRS. Now, what top speed can he hit here? 206, anything more? 207, almost 208, goes fastest in the, now that first sector. Now, can he hang on in the middle part of the track? Then, as he comes down the hill, almost like a double right-hander this, through the corner with no name, and down the hill, again, even more down. Not really sure what corner this is, but flat out, surely. Yes, just about. Not really much of a lift, if any. Down a gear, into 5th, as we go through the right, then left. Then back to the right. I actually do like this part of the track. Now, it's literally just flat out to the bus stop chicane. And currently going purple. He is Brad, so Brad is certainly doing a good job. Let's not forget, he is on the soft tyres though. Obviously, Hoover Garbo 8 has gone fastest on those mediums. So, Genis VL has retired from the session. Not sure why. Than there, but he has obviously indeed retired and crosses the line. Only a 144.1. Not a great lap, quite far off then. It looked nothing really much wrong with it, not gonna lie, but just the lap time not really there. So this guy currently on pole by quite the margin actually, and on the medium tyres. Let's not forget that. That could be very key later on in the session, because if he decides to go for a soft run, certainly, no doubt, there will be a lot more time to come for him, indeed. So, right. let's now see what Yilm Smurf then yes, Yilm Smurf can do. 69 around final corner. This is obviously currently invalidated lap. I presume he'll go again, or I hope he'll go again. So into turn 1. Third gear through there. A little bit of a snap on the exit, but just about keeping it all nice. Heading down the hill, up for Rouge and Radion, and yeah, another invalidation there. Right, let's see what Nicola then can do, as he currently is on a lap. So obviously Nicola is currently on a lap. Not sure whether it'll be a decent lap. Let's see what Dre NK can do here, the AlphaTauri driver. And I've just noticed he's got a bit of broken front wing. So might as well actually follow back onto the Red Bull of Mason. Now, I've actually not seen Mason race so far in this league, so I have no idea what this guy can do. I do know he has competed in the league, obviously, but still not really clued up to whether he's a good driver or not, but we're about to find out. I suspect he is, because he is in Division 1. So hopefully he has got some pace, the Red Bull driver, as he comes through the last set of corners of the bus stop chicane. And here he goes then, opening up the DRS and getting onto his hot lap now. Then into turn 1, into second gear, hits the apex nicely, and looking very smooth on power, looking comfortable. Heading down the hill, into Rouge, up through Radion, easy flat, as he now opens up the DRS. Down the Kemmel straight we go. Has the Red Bull probably got a little bit less straight line? Does look like it. So compared to others, he's actually down on the straight. So I imagine his car will be very good in this middle sector then, as we ride on board. Then down the hill. Then for Mason. Quite a nice line. Bit maybe wider than he would like. Through corner with no name, keeping it all nice and clean, well within track boundaries here. That's one thing. Could probably push those track boundaries a bit more, in my opinion, but neither here or there. I'm not going to tell him how to drive his car, obviously. And through the right then left, then open up the car, and literally should be flat now to the line. Well, flat to the bus stop chicane, as we pretty much come through. I do need to learn some of these corner names. In fact, whilst this guy finishes off his lap, well, we'll just quickly commentate here. I'm going to get a track map of names through the bus stop chicane. And can he get this car anywhere decent into the top 5 maybe? Nope, not quite. Quite far off also Bradley, who's done a 1:44.1. That's a 1:45.9, so not bad, not great. Hello, Andrew. Thank you for joining today. If you got any comments, please just leave them down in the comment section below. Be more than welcome. Also, if you do enjoy the stream, please make sure to leave it a like. Subscribe also, by the way, if you're new to the channel. That'd be obviously so much appreciated. We're almost at 150 subscribers now. So, we're growing, actually. We are growing. 144, just to be factually correct. 144 subscribers so far. So, yeah, Mason not getting best of laps there. And I do believe Hoovergon is on an out lap here, possibly. Or is he on a fast lap? I think he's actually on a fast lap. So let's see What now, this guy, the current pole sitter who set that time, that 1:42.9, on obviously the medium tyres, and already almost half a second up on his personal best. This guy is literally on rails around here by the looks of it. Small lock up, downhill, doesn't look like it's going to hamper him though too much. Into corner with no name, and down the hill. Then small lift, but pretty clean. Looks like carrying a lot of speed there, not gonna lie. Right, how does this one look for him? Very nice. Keeping it just about within the track limits, certainly pushing those limits. Another small lock up then there, but it's quick. And look at that, 1.3 seconds up on his best lap, and that's his own best lap. That was obviously set on the mediums. I know he's on the softs now, shouldn't be really that surprised, but just look how much speed this guy's carrying. Absolutely fantastic, and is blowing everyone out the park. Through the final corner, the bus stop chicane, across the line for the Hungarian driver, does a 1:41.3. That is certainly going to be probably pole position then. I don't really see anyone beating that. I know we said Simon was our bet, you know, for pole, but I'm sorry, Simon, unless you can come up with a lap time currently 4 seconds faster than what you've done on your first attempt. I'm not trying to be rude here to anyone, but that is going to be a almighty lap to beat, a 1:41.3. Because even Mirko is, what, 2 seconds off the pace right now? So, yeah, that is certainly going to be a lap time and a half. Oh, thank you, Jack. You got a YouTube channel now. RFF. That is, you know, quite funny, RFF. I like that. You know what it sounds like? Royal Force, or, you know, the Royal Air Force. RAF. RFF. Good name. But yeah, no, thank you, Jack, for popping by. Yes, he is probably just a little bit too quick for this league. Just a tad, you know, like that, a 1:41.3, that is a very top lap from, obviously, you know, well, from him. I doubt that's going to be beaten. Anyway, let's see what others can do. I will subscribe, by the way, Jack, to your channel, just so you know. Probably at some point. Yeah, I know it's the league name. But no, I will subscribe to the channel. As yeah, that is sound. Even though I don't really know how to go to your channel, I'll do it afterwards. How do you go to someone's channel? Still, anyway, I'll work that out probably later, how you go to the channel, or just leave me a link. That'd be sound. Anyway, what can Mirko Isko do then here in the Mercedes as he comes down the Kemmel Straight? Obviously, not actually the quickest pace from the Mercedes down that Kemmel Straight. I was expecting maybe a bit more, looking a bit all over the place actually, but then probably just the internet connection actually, probably a bit shaky as he heads down the hill into corner with no name, as Scooter Clemton has joined the session. I thought he was already in the session. Anyway, there was another thing I needed to do, was check out a track map for what you call it, Spa. Spa-Francorchamps. I want to know some of these corner names. So, this is coming up to Blanchamon, I think, or Blanchamon, something like that, Blanchamon. I think it'd be Blanchamon. Blanchamon, that sounds right, Blanchamon. So, through Blanchamon he goes, then, into the bus stop chicane, and pretty nice. Can he go anywhere near that 141? Nope. He's a mile off, pretty much. So, who's on a good lap? Josh Stead. He's only 29 thousandths down on his best lap time. As he goes through, not sure what that corner name is, but yeah. Anyway, don't need to be too fascinated with corner names. But Josh Stead, can he burst into the top 3 or even higher? I think there was also another driver that actually set his previous best lap actually on the mediums. If I'm correct, I would have to rewind that to see. As Josh goes through Blanchamon and then up towards the bus stop chicane. Get the car slowed, pretty nice. Now it's just all about the exit, pin the throttle, and open up DRS once more, and does go up into the top 3, does a 1:43.3, so not bad then for Josh. Then in the Haas car, as we are starting now to get to the end, but Bradley, what can he do? As he is on one of the final flying runs, up through Radion, down the Kemmel straight, then here, already a 10th up on his previous best. Don't think that's a 10th up on the session best. Stream section. Ah, yes. No, I get what you're saying. Thank you for that, Jack. Yeah, only 146, so, and that's invalidation from Josh. So that is, unless someone else is on a better lap, that's certainly not a better lap. I don't really see, anyone else improving their lap time. So there we go then. The Ferrari driver, the Hungarian, is going to take pole with that 141.3 by almost 2 seconds. That 1.8, if my maths is any good, from the Haas driver of, give me a minute so I know what his name is, because I don't really recognise that name. No offence. He must be new, I think. Must be. But yeah, he's currently second, so I think his lap time's done anyway, because the flag is obviously against his name. Anyway, Mirko's third, Josh fourth, Killer Quiz, Quickles is in fifth, Brad is sixth, Simon is in seventh, Baker eighth, Mason ninth, Nicola or Dre and K in 10th. Human Smurfing 69 is 11th. Then Janice VL, who could have actually got a win last time at the Austrian Grand Prix, is in 12th. Scooter Clem 10 in 13th, and Jim Strav 14th, and then Big Shark 3K is in 15th, rounding up the back of the grid then here. But no, I think the Haas driver of Soul Swipers is new to this division. Pretty sure he's in Division 2. So, but either way, it don't really make a difference actually, because no one was beat in that 141-3. So yeah, absolutely no one was beating that. So yeah, pretty good. Then hopefully it'll be a clean race, fingers crossed. And yeah, by the time we get into turn 1, everything, well, will be good. No incidents. Well, actually, I wouldn't mind the incident. T1, do a Alonso, everyone, please. You know, Alonso Leclerc from 2018, that was a pretty spectacular crash. Or a Pastor Maldonado from 2012, that was pretty good. Still. How many laps is this one? 50%, half of, so 22 laps. Then, here, roughly 144-minute laps. Probably for Hoover Gobor 8, the Hungarian. We're probably talking, what, a 143 for the rest of the grid, maybe 145s. So, yeah. I believe they actually have the, what do you call it? Why has it started me in the pits? Anyway, lights out and away they go. So Ferrari driver does get a good clean start, and a little bit of an incident. Mirko Iceco is the one there tumbling down the order. Well, only caught it a little bit. By the looks of it, he sort of went up someone's inside. The Haas driver of Soul Swipers, well, did swipe across the Mercedes car, I believe it was, as Bradley making a move on Soul Swipers to get up into 4th. And, oh no, that is a disaster for Bradley, as it was actually Josh Stead. I thought it was Soul Swipers who was actually there. Don't know why. It was saying Soul Swipers on the screen. So which one is actually second, which one's third, which one's 4th? Not really sure. I think Josh Stead is actually in 4th, but Josh sort of comes across, and Soul Swipers has lost it. Soul Swipers has lost it as he rejoins the track, almost taking out the McLaren, as Dre and Kay having to also avoid that. They're all having to avoid the Haas. So one of the Haas collecting a Williams, the other Haas is taking himself out, and yeah, forget the predicted pit stop strategy, because ultimately for some of these guys, well, it's already kicking off down here, as we now go on board with Janice, who's made an awesome start already. Well, he's halfway back up, and a beautiful move around Blanchimont then there against Baker in the McLaren. Absolutely stunning stuff from the Ferrari driver, up the Ferrari, as they say. And Gilliquez, well, he's hanging on here to the back of the Ferrari just about. 1.2 seconds, so yeah, Ferrari certainly looking good. Is there another camera? I don't just want to go on board, and let's head further back. So here's your current top 5. Hoover Goebel, 1.7 second lead from Josh Stead, 29 in 3rd. Janice VL 4th, Baker 5th. Well, initiated that turn 1 incident, certainly, and Dre and K is out, Nicola is out of the session, safety car deployed, so they're all going to have to slow down. But I suppose that's good news for Brad, because it means, well, even though you had that turn 4 incident with Soul Swipers, or I think it was actually Josh, not sure. You know, I'm going to have to really rewind that later on. But huge incident then there for them two. I tried to do a Martin Brundle oh-no, by the way. Because I do like when Martin Brundle does oh no! You know, it's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, Jim Strav is currently in 10th then. Mason 9th, as they're all going to have to slow down here. Will we see anyone pit? Probably not. It's first safety car. Even though, you know, personally, you could do. Probably put on a set of hards and get to the end of this race, actually. Let's see. As not looking like anyone's pitting. Just flicking down the field, and, well, he's in. Mirko Isko. To be fair, he does need to change his front wing though. So what is he going to go for? And it is the set of the hards. Bradley also taking this opportunity to pit, despite having put on a lap earlier, probably a fresh set of those softs. So in comes Brad, and he's also going to go for the hards, as Soul Swiper's gone for, I believe, the mediums there. Let's have a look what everyone's on. So, no, Soul Swiper's also gone for the hards. I thought he went for mediums. It looked a bit yellow, that colour, the tyre did. But anyway, so some of these guys at back here taking the opportunity to certainly pit. Yeah, I think that's a smart move from those guys. As the ones at front not really risking anything, staying out. Which again, probably another smart move from them. You know, to stay out, because if you're leading, especially this early on in the race, well, what do you have to risk? Probably nothing. But if they get another safety car or virtual safety car, this certainly does hinder them a little bit, because it does mean the ones who have stopped obviously could gain those positions. So yeah, there's certainly going to be people to watch out for later on in the race. Certainly Soul Swipers, Mirko, and Bradley, and not sure about Simon, depends on his pace. Scooter Clem 10 has also stopped and gone for the medium, so yeah, he's on the mediums there, so at the back of grid. But yeah, this obviously safety car triggered by Nicola and Dre NK. Then here in the AlphaTauri, as they go painfully slow around the track. Whilst they go painfully slow around the track, time to learn some corner names. So you got Puon, that's a fast right-hander, that's good. Blanchimon, Camel Straight, Campus, that's 14. Then Stavelot, we don't need know that one. That's turn 11, or corner with no name. So then 3 corners have literally no name. Then the Les Coms corner, or the Les Coms section, that's 7 and 8. So it was at the Les Coms where Bradley got spun round, as they now head down through Erouge. And Erouge is actually at the bottom. Bradion is this part here, as they head over the crest up towards the top, obviously. Just a few facts. So that's Radion actually. And Lasson. So bus stop chicane. Technically that's not the bus stop chicane though, it's just called chicane. Because technically that's the technical corner name, because everyone called it the bus stop through, I think it was, well, British television, so hence why it became a famous corner over time through that. Still. And in case you don't know what Erouge means red water. Because there's a red natural spring river that flows through that part of the track. Anyway, safety car should be in this lap, I suspect. Lap 4 seems about right, considering it was triggered on lap 2. safety cars are quite annoying. Still, I never knew that. You know that little kink in the road before they open up the DRS? Apparently that's turn 6. So it was actually turn 7 where Brad got spun by Josh. Still. Anyway, will the safety car come in? I suspect it should be, and indeed it is. So Hoover Vargoff for 8 has now to back up the pack, and he can go whenever he wants, as he's now the de facto safety car driver. I imagine he'll probably go as we get out before Blanchimont, I suspect, or into the bus stop chicane. I doubt he'll wait to the line. Personally, I'd go now, and indeed he has gone now, just as I called it, and through Blanchimont they go then, as they head into the chicane of the bus stop, and he's already pulled out a 1.1 second lead, so he's away, as Killer Queez under a little bit of pressure here from the Haas behind, but I think it's actually the Haas of Josh, probably a bit under more pressure of the two from Genis VL, as Genis VL teeing up a move here. Can he get this done down the straight here, down the Camel Straight, as they head down the hill through Erouge, up then through Radion, down the Camel Straight. I don't think he's close enough on this lap to get it done into the Lescom chicane section of the track. And Mirko is out, not sure why. He's gone, but nope, not been able to. Not really anyone making up too many positions here, as Jim Strav, well, what can he do? Down the inside, no, not quite, even though Red Bull in front has locked up, gone a bit deep, but he looks to be fine. Mason doesn't really look like this has hindered his race, as Big Shark delaying these guys of Soul Swiper, Simon and Brad, obviously, here, as Brad having a bit of a difficult race after that incident. Anyway, heading back up towards the front, where the Ferrari leads by 2.4 seconds, which is a huge lead for him, as that is literally the restart he wanted. And yeah, through Blanchimont he goes, and Josh is still holding up Genis here, the other Ferrari, who had a bit of a bad qualifying, and they've made contact. That is certainly going to cost the Ferrari driver and part of his wing. It's his fault, obviously, because he's gone into the back of the Haas driver, as now those guys running back here have seemed to dispatched Big Shark, who was holding them up. So yeah, they've lost a lot of time. In fact, where is the time to the leader? They're already pretty much a pit stop behind the race leader of Hoover Gabor 8, who yeah, is just killing this race pretty much. Fair play to him, can't deny it, he's been phenomenal, as Genis has picked up a time penalty. How much of a time penalty? 3 seconds. And with that probably front wing damage, that is probably not helping him, probably, because he's either got a compromised corner or go a little bit wider than he may like to go, as this probably going to help Josh to stay within the DRS then. So this is currently one of the closest battles on track, Josh versus Genis, the Haas versus Ferrari. Technically it's Ferrari versus Ferrari, if you ask me. Both got a Ferrari engine. So can Josh make a move in here? He's certainly looking close enough. He does move a little bit, but yeah, he decides probably not to, as he just waits probably for this DRS straight, and Janice is in the pits, so he won't pick up much of a DRS. Anyway, Jim Strav, the other battle on track here, versus Baker for, Baker, sorry, just Baker. Anyway, Jim Strav, can he now get this McLaren? He's been behind the McLaren actually for quite a while actually. I'm pretty sure since the start of this safety car restart he's been behind it. As he's also got a Ferrari engine and pulls to one side. Oh, that's pretty much as easy as you like. And yeah, he is through now up into 4th. So Hover Gafferbor 8, the Hungarian driver, the other Ferrari, is storming away. No surprise with this one. Effectively, he's got a 9-second lead now. And if he wanted to pit, it'd probably come out ahead of that pack who made their pit stops, which are Soul Swipers, Brad and Simon. I think he probably might want to clear a few more seconds though to them. As Yeoman Smurfing gets a penalty. But yeah, he's certainly literally taken this championship now by storm. And yeah, if he continues, I'll tell you what, he was only 25 points, well, he got his first 25 points in the championship last time out. He's on for a full sweep of points, as the pit stop window now is open for medium tyres if they want to come in. So looking good then here. I have no idea what you mean. Can I join the match? Not really sure what you mean by that, technically speaking. I don't think you're in the lobby or the league, even though not really sure what to say to that comment. Sorry about that, dude. Anyway, so through corner with no name for the Ferrari driver. We'll go back. We'll try and find a bit of a battle. So not really many battles actually going on this race actually right now. They've all seemed to have these gaps of maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Not really much. Like Jim Strav is hunting down Josh, who is currently sat in 3rd, so I think this is about to keep an eye on, as there is a yellow flag. I'm not sure what for. Probably missed that. Anyway, probably make people sick at this point, the way I'm flicking through the screens. Anyway, we'll try and focus then back on this little battle here in terms of lap times. What are they doing? So, right, Jim Strav is now, up into obviously 2nd, as the 2 in front of him pit. Is Jim Strav a bit of a threat in this race to our race leader? I do wonder that, because when did he put on those tyres? Let's have a look. I'm not sure if he actually has pitted. If he has, no, he hasn't. So he still needs to pit. He's 14.8 seconds. I was just thinking, if he hadn't pitted, maybe he pitted on lap 1. I'm not really too sure. But he clearly hasn't. I was thinking maybe he could maybe challenge here a little bit and offer a bit of an opposition through a counter strategy. But he hasn't, so he is literally 15 seconds down the road. So Driver's still yet to pit, as there is another yellow flag. What's gone on? Simon, it was where Simon was about. Seems all to be okay though. As Josh currently trying to probably take a podium here. Where is Janice? Janice VL is there in the Ferrari, so yeah, he's a bit back. So I think there could be a bit of a battle between maybe Janice VL, Josh Stead and Jim Strav. As hang on here. Oh, that looks like maybe it could have been a bit of contact between Brad and Killer Queez, as Brad does, I think, get the position then there. But he's also lost a bit of his front wing, so yeah, another bit of front wing end plate for Josh is gone. As Baker now currently sat in third. Jim Strav is losing time ever so more to obviously our race leader, who now probably, if he wanted to, could pit and get back out in the race lead, who is having a phenomenal race here at Spa-Francorchamps. Like, yeah, literally he's killing this actually. And it has turned into a bit of a dull race, which I can only apologise for. As there is another safety car. Killer Queez has retired from the session, as we were watching Hoover Gafferbor 8 obviously just dominate this race. I imagine the leaders will pit now. It'd be interesting to see if anyone else comes in. So in comes then our race leader, who's dominated this race start to finish. Then here so far has led every single lap, took pole by a country mile, and yeah, realistically has done a phenomenal job. Cannot really give him any more praise than he deserves. In comes also now Jim Strav into the pits. Obviously he's on the safety car. Where will Jim Strav come out? I imagine he'll probably come out... I'm thinking he'll probably come out ahead of maybe Janice here. Let's watch. Let's go back down to Janice here, as we can see. Will Jim Strav get ahead of Janice? Yes, he will. That's the simple answer there, as also a flurry of cars have come into the pits. Then, Josh has decided to stay out. Then, and you know what? Jim Strav, hang on here a sec. Jim Strav is on the soft tyres. Rightio. This race may about to get interesting if Jim Strav can make these tyres work. I know Hoover Gavabor has driven fantastically, but look at those tyres he's on. Look at the tyres Jim Strav is on. Obviously, Jim Strav does have two cars between him, let's be fair. But if Jim Strav can get past Josh and Scooter Clem 10 like nothing, then that puts him certainly within striking distance of, obviously, Hoover Gavabor 8, the Hungarian Ferrari driver. And that, in my opinion, will be very good news to him, as a lot of cars have actually gone for, you know, softs. But I think Jim Strav is probably the realistic one here to actually probably focus on, and Hoover Gavabor 8. But yeah, Jim Strav having a very good day. It's only going to be either way good for Jim Strav's championship, because even if Hoover Gavabor wins, he's still, well, because he's missed about 3 races in this division, effectively he's still going to hold the championship lead, and Genesis VL is going to be quite far down here for himself. So yeah, Scooter Clem 10 is also another one right now. who could elevate himself if he can maybe do a bit of a better job. But then he is on older tyres. Let's have a look how old these tyres are. So Scooter Clem 10, 8 laps older tyres. So Josh actually isn't on that bad tyres, in matter of fact, as in comes now Scooter Clem 10 to take his pit stop. Probably a bit of an odd one, not really sure if there was much he could have done, as he will now drop all the way down the field to the back of the grid. So that probably pretty tough to take for him still. So having a look at the grid then, so we've got a flurry of cars on soft tyres. Could any of these guys actually make their strategies work? That's what I'm thinking they probably could, because softs does have an advantage over the mediums, so therefore should be in theory a faster tyre. And if that is the case, well, no, it probably is going to be good news for them chaps who have put on the soft tyres, you know, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be looking to maybe have a little challenge here. Don't rule out any of them actually, really. This race has almost been, it's like someone's hit the reset button on it now with this safety car a little bit. But it's a fresh challenge to Hoover Gavabor, who I'm sure, who is also, well, I know he's a Chelsea fan, because he sent me a picture the other week after the race, showing his, I think it was a Frank Lampard scarf on his gaming chair, which was pretty nice to see, must say, from the Ferrari driver, who, yeah, obviously, yeah, it was a Chelsea scarf, he showed me, he did, and yeah, big for, well, Chelsea fan obviously, same as myself, so nice to see Chelsea fans, you know, coming from all regions. Anyway, safety cars in this lap. Will we see the same thing from Hoover Gavabor 8, or will we see something a bit different on the restart here? I pretty much called the restart pretty much last time, when he should go, as I don't think he should go yet. He's probably got a bit too much of a, well, he needs to build a bit more of a gap, as we will just wait, and yeah, pretty much waiting a little bit longer. I think he should just go after Blongemont, I think, and indeed he does, pretty much again, spot on with when calling this safe, well, when he should go. It's almost like I'm communicating to him, pretty much, you could argue, but not a bad start for the rest of them behind, as he's zigzagging a little bit, but probably just our internet connection. Probably actually just went to the left hand side here. So right, can Josh defend from the cars behind as Jim Strav and Josh go wheel to wheel down the inside? Jim Strav goes and gets the move nice and done early, no real threat, but that is very important for his race, because now he will be picking up a bit of a tow here from the Ferrari in front, and Soul Sweepers is up now into the podiums ahead of his teammate, obviously here. And now can the Alfa Romeo driver challenge the Ferrari driver? Let's have a look here then. What is going to happen in these final few laps? So, does Josh and Jim Strav have the pace on these softs? If he does, well, he's got about 10 laps to make this work, as currently Hoover Gavabor 8 is currently pulling out a little bit of a lead, just a little bit, but for Jim Strav, it's just about trying to get within that 1 second. He gets within the 1 second, he can then get the DRS. That will give him extra benefit, obviously, here, as he uses ERS, trying to absolutely maximise this. 1.50 is the gap, so Hover Vagabond is, quite frankly, pulling out just a little bit of a gap, squeezing every millisecond, pretty much, from the Alfa Romeo driver, as Soul Swipers in the Haas is literally just behind. So Jim Strav doesn't want to get too overreactionary here. He just needs to, you know, make small gains. So down the hill he goes, and it is starting to rain. That's gonna now throw even more spice into the mix, as Simon and Janice have both put it on the, obviously, the intermediate tyre. Is it the right time to be going for that tyre? I am not really sure, but they've chosen to go for it right now. So this is going to really make the race a bit more spicy here in these final few laps, because you've got rain, you've got, well, a bit of a battle. Who's this going to really suit? Is it going to fall all away in this final part of the lap or race for Hover Gavabor, who does seem to be losing a bit of pace now in these mixed weather conditions? He's already down to 7 tenths, but maybe he's just, you know, well, I hope for his sake, he's, you know, just actually not trying to make many mistakes. You know, he's just driving within the limit of the car. Because I do want to see a good battle here, hopefully. So this race has certainly spiced up a little bit, especially at the front, as Jim Strav closing in on the Ferrari driver. Will we see these two jump into the pits? It could be just a question who's going to blink first, as... Right, there we go. We've got our answer. Hover Gavabor 8 has said, right, it's now time to put on the intermediate tyres, probably, as Soul Swipers disqualified from the session, and Jim Strav has been disqualified. What's going on? I have absolutely no idea. Two people's just been disqualified. Jim Strav is out. Soul Swipers is out. This... Wow. What has literally just happened? Then I have literally zero idea. You know. And now there's... What is going on? That car's just literally been stopped in the pits, holding up Scooter Clem 10. Yeah. Wow. That is, a bit odd. Oh no. Big sharks in the wall. And it looks like the Ferrari driver went into the back of the Mercedes driver. And, yeah, I don't know. This race has turned into a bit of a funfair, ultimately. You know, for some of them. Yeah, Baker now up into the podium. Bradley also gonna be up in the podium, as Simon comes through now to take 4th, and Big Shark has got a 10-second time penalty here. Yeah, not really sure what has gone on or why. Is there a way we can check maybe the race directory incidents? I want to know what people have maybe been disqualified for. So, right. Soul Swipers. Got... Right, here we go. So Jim Strav blocking the pit lane. And same for Soul Swipers. How on earth has that been the case? I don't understand, because we saw them with our own 2 eyes literally not come in to the pits at all. How have they blocked the pit lane there? I honestly don't know. I am so confused why them two have been. I actually have absolutely no clue. Must be some sort of glitch there. There was a collision between Hovervagebor 8 and the Mercedes driver of Big Shark. Simon, has also had a bit of a warning. Big Shark's been given a 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Yeah, what has gone on? I really don't know. Personally, the big question is, I don't want to make this sound stupid, but should this race be now none and voided? No, not none and voided, but null and voided, because I do see that as a bit unfair for them two, who've literally just, and for in a way Big Shark, because his race has been destroyed a little bit by the Ferrari driver. Then you've got the other driver in the Alfa Romeo of Jim Strav, who's been literally disqualified by the looks of it for a gaming error. As a Ferrari driver, as we pick him back up, and then not just him, but also Soul Swiper's been disqualified for something clearly he's not at fault for. Well, I know that'd be also unfair to the rest of them to null and void it, but that's just my opinion, It does seem a bit unfair for those who, especially Jim Strav, who could have won this race. I'm not saying he would have. I do think probably, Havagovabor did pit anyway at the right time. That's the only point I can make. But it does seem, as we've got another safety car, so we're down to 8 runners here. And, yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. I do feel bad for those who got disqualified, especially Jim Strav and Soul Swipers. Again, I don't know whether... I do think... I'm sort of in a bit of a mixed opinion about that one, but that'll be down to the league owner and for them guys, I'm sure, which I'm sure they will. As we enter now this final few laps of the race, then under safety car, and I need to put my phone on charge, hopefully. So phone is now on charge. So yeah, so odd one, because as I say, one sense you feel bad for the guys who have literally been disqualified through no fault of their own by the looks of it, and then in another sense you feel, that, the race leader, you can't really fault Hovervagebor. He's been phenomenal all this race. If the conditions had stayed dry, no doubt he'd be the race winner. There is no doubt and question in that, in my opinion. You can just see. He's led pretty much every lap. The only thing, he took out Big Shark quite nastily there. I do feel a bit sorry for Big Shark, who's, again, but it did look like Big Shark was struggling. I don't really know what actually took place there. I don't think there was any purposeful intentions. I think it was all innocent for Hovervagebor 8. And it was just, you know, he was on the racing line, and Hovergababor was coming on these inters, and was also on the racing line. And obviously it's a lot more difficult to drive these cars in these sort of conditions, so you do have to be a bit more careful, shall we say. Anyway, enough rabbiting on about this. Anyway, we're under safety car once more. Baker currently now is the guy who's going to have to try and throw down that challenge to Hovergababor. But Windows, well, it's going to be a bit different because obviously, especially for the restart, because ultimately, when do you actually get going again? Personally, I'd say bus stop chicane now is probably the best time to actually get going. And the reason I say that is because one thing you don't want your opponent having warm tyres by the time you get to the bus stop, therefore they'll be on your tail, and therefore they can get a good run through that section of the track. So it'd probably be a bit better to just keep them waiting till the bus stop, in my opinion. But it'll be down to, again, Hovergababor to decide when to go from Baker, and then Brad will have to try and react as best as he can. And Brad's had a bit of a horrible race up to this point, but now he's obviously on the podium. As what's going on here? Looks like Simon might be out. I'm not actually sure. He's letting cars through. So I'm not actually quite sure what's gone on here for them. Anyway, Josted, can he get a podium? If he can. Oh, he's not in a bad position to grab one. And yeah, in terms of championship lead though, Bradley could actually take it here. He's only 18 points behind. I don't think he can actually take the championship lead, but he certainly will close that gap so long he finishes on the podium here. For the Williams team, he will close that gap down to, obviously, certainly down to the leaders. But yeah, anyway, entering final 3 laps then, pretty much, and obviously, hopefully in these final 3 laps we get some good clean racing. Obviously different conditions for the drivers to now contend with, has really thrown a spanner in the works for all. As I believe we're waiting on Big Shark to catch the pack, who's still not surprisingly managed to catch the pack yet. He will probably do now on this lap, probably very much soon. So, safety car in this lap, is it? I suspect it probably will. And coming out, probably get a notification now. Yep, and safety car is in this lap. So, once again, Hovergababor 8 will be able to restart the pack here. It is under his discretion when to go. Obviously, as I said, personally, if it was me, I'd just wait till the bus stop chicane now. I wouldn't go too early, only because of the fact, basically we're in wet conditions. But he's decided to go now, before the bus stop chicane. And, yeah, well, he's probably no better than me, as he's already pulled out then a 1.2 second lead heading into that chicane. Bit slidey, but that's to probably be expected in this weather. And look how far back already Bradley is off those two, who seems to be having, well, a horrid time for the Williams driver out there. Yeah, not very good. This is certainly going to help Josh Stead, who's going to be certainly all over the back of that Williams rear wing, so long he can keep it within a decent range of the Williams. I don't think he has, so this has certainly helped out the Williams driver here of Bradley, as Baker and Hover van Gabor getting an excellent safety car restart, and Hover van Gabor getting another excellent safety car restart again. Obviously, haven't said that like this afternoon more than once today. Anyway, Mason down here in 6th, Big Shark now up to 7th, Scooter Clem 10. May have pitted. Yes, he has. And, well, currently, if he can find, I think it's another 3 or 4 seconds, he will take P7 away from Big Shark. So, that'll be alright. Still. So, final few laps to run, as Josh Stead now looking like he's almost got the Williams driver here, as we sort of picked him up as they were sort of almost running side by side in these wet conditions. And look at Simon, he's not too far out of this, so if this gets a little bit spicy, certainly Simon is there to pick up the pieces then, as this is going to be the battle for third probably for the next 2 laps, as the Williams driver does go wide and picks up a 3-second time penalty. So 3 seconds for the Williams driver. That has certainly cost him a bit of time, and now Josh is effectively the net third place man, because he will be currently, if things finish the way they are, in third place. And the Renault has gone into the back of Josh. No wing damage, I don't think, for either of the drivers, but that has certainly thrown Josh probably off a little bit. Look, guys, you don't want to fight. No offence to you, just don't fight clumsy. But that Renault driver, certainly of Simon, has got, by the looks of it, so much confidence. And can he get past? Will he make the move? He goes to the inside, Simon does. Will Josh give him space? I can't actually quite see who's come out on top. It is Josh, but honestly, how close they were there, have absolutely zero idea. Then, absolutely none. And yeah, great racing from them two, absolutely. As Brad then currently in the podium, but 3-second time penalty. Simon's also got a 3-second time penalty, I think. Let me just check. Actually, no, Simon's got a 6-second time penalty. So, right, Josh, just bring it home. Don't worry about fighting. Keep it clean. You got 1 more lap to go, and you're good. Pretty much, that's what I suggest. You know, literally, you don't even need to take the position. Just clean, drive your race. You're looking quick enough, and yeah, the guys in front are looking a bit more all over the place than Josh right now. So will Josh get the position here? He probably wants to take it on the track, and Baker is out. Baker is out. I'm not really sure what happened there. There's a yellow flag somewhere in sector 3. Hopefully maybe we'll see from the camera. Let's sort of try and go on the TV pod, see if we can see. I can't really see where his car is parked. Probably cleared now, but anyway, what's going on here as we ride on board with Big Shark. And Simon's got another 3-second time penalty and another yellow flag as a Red Bull sort of comes across. That's a bit of a block pass move there from the Red Bull driver, as these two are catching Simon. Oh no, that is a horrible one then there for both Ambu Mason. It did get a bit scruffy, I will say, at the top of the hill here, between them two, as these two just do pirouettes. So, yeah, yeah, literally no idea what's gone on there. By the looks of it, I would say it's a bit of a clumsy dive from Bradley. Not from Bradley, sorry, from Big Shark. But then there was a block pass from Mason. So who's at fault? Again, you know, I would say it's a bit of both. You know, it's a bit like, you know, he's probably thought, right, you're going to block past me, so I'm going to do this. Anyway, going back to our race leader, he's had a fabulous race in the first two races he's competed in this league. He's dominated the field today. 0 time penalties. That is a masterclass drive. Then, and a win for Hovergan the Boar. 8 then here by 11 seconds. Bradley comes around also the final corner. He will be on the podium, I suspect, but it'll be only good enough for P3. But that is certainly going to be huge in his championship, because it now means he will certainly only be within 3 points of the championship leaders. And Simon, well, he did have good pace, but not enough then in those wet conditions. And yeah, what's going on here? That's a bit silly, really, if you ask me, between them and two. Not really sure. But Ambu Mason will come home in P6 then. But driver of the day has to be Hover Gambor. I know it says Scooter Clem 10, but I'm sorry. He led that race every single stint. Maybe once in that stint I thought, yeah, he might come under a bit of pressure. But literally during that dry to wet phase. But other than that, led every single lap. He made the right calls when it mattered, and fantastic. You know, you can't really say a bad word about this dude. And yeah, absolutely fantastic for him then. Josh also picking up a great result then there for himself as well. But yeah, what a race. How many? Half the grid retired, pretty much. Only 6 cars managed to finish in the end after 15 runners started. 2 got disqualified. Not sure. Well, we know why. It says DNF, but it was actually disqualification. But yeah, what a race. Anyway, if you did enjoy that race, because in the end, I know I did. It was turning into a bit of a bore fest at one point. But if you enjoyed that race, please subscribe, like and share this video. And until the next time, have a great day.